Hello guys, I just was almost sleeping, and I was having some thoughts in my mind, and I just all of a sudden I channeled something, and God just told me to share it with you. Sorry, I'm sharing it now. This just happened with me now. I was trying to think, and God just reflected back to me that I was controlling. This is just a small detail. But even when you have really deep thoughts, even when you have really deep analyzations that are sometimes based in fear, sometimes based in love, sometimes when your mind feels cloudy, that's just God reflecting back to you through your thoughts. What so that thing, He is reflecting back to you that thing that you are thinking, that the way you are thinking, that the deeper meaning of that thought. Not that He is reflecting back to you that that thought is true or is not true. That's not it. It's the place where that thought comes from, if it comes from love or if it doesn't. What I wanted to share it's very important to see that we have everything that we want inside of us, and by that I mean that we can experiment with ourselves in an eternal way and in a consistent way. Everything that we think, every dream that we see, everything that we are internally is reflected back to us. And we know that by mere exercise, that when we feel bad about something that may come from a certain thought, and then we start to overthink about it and feel in a certain way, we can always mirror it. But even when we feel cloudy, when we don't feel upset, is what I mean. We feel cloudy, and we think cloudy, and we kind of feel like sitting on a fence. That's just God reflecting back to us where we are. And you can just close your eyes now and just imagine yourself you're going in a store, your neighborhood's market, or choose the best place that you want to go now and go to that place. Imagine yourself going. Think about it. Now that you are doing that, just surrender your thought to God. See what happens in that place. Yeah. The deeper meaning of all of this is that when you surrender your imagination to God, and the place that you went to with your thinking, the place you went to was the place that God led you to through your thoughts, and He reflected back to you something. Now I don't know what you thought of, I don't know where you went, but for example, I knew for me that I went to my neighborhood's market, to a store, and the old man that works there just was staring at me and the atmosphere there, it felt kind of heavy, not in a really physical, or like not in a really like anxious way, but it didn't feel very light. It just felt like it just felt like a low vibration. But that's God only reflecting back something there to me. He is reflecting back something from my thought, because I surrendered my imagination, my thinking to Him, because all of my thoughts come from Him. You can always do this. You can always experiment and reflect back with your thoughts. Where are you leading to? Even if you imagine it, even if you think something completely surreal, it's still real, because it's your thought. Whatever you can think is real. Your imagination is real. You have that power. You are the manifestation. You are the manifestation itself. So yeah. And why this is real is because God is reflecting back to us with our own thoughts that are completely surreal, in a sense that they are not getting manifested in the physical right now, at least, but they are getting manifested within you, and within and without have no separation. That's the important thing to know and to integrate that know into yourself. When you are living within, you are living without. So there is no separation from those two. And everything that you think of is true. Everything is real. I can change, I can change, I can change, I can change. No, 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 no. When I need your love, dun, 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 dun. Can change, I can change, I can change, I can. No, 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 no. I just feel really thankful that I have God there in every way, in any way, in any thought, in any play, in any game, in any site, in anything that I am aware of around my surroundings, in the moment that I am not numbed out to my feelings. And this is like the biggest thing for me, like finding the way of God and finding the right path of the one reality that exists, the oneness, and like realizing that oneness and integrating that within myself, living my life in harmonious union, living my life thinking of God every time, when I eat, when I sleep, when I work, everything, whatever I do, just thinking of God makes me feel really powerful. But not just that, not just powerful in a driving way, but also really surrendered and like appreciative of life. And like I'm so grateful I have my gurus, Jeff and Shalia's teachings lighting up my consciousness anytime, bringing me God there. I see it like some people like see it like Jeff and Shalia being with them hand by hand in their journey, because like your guru is hand by hand with you in your journey. is always with you. But I personally like see it them just being there, like shining a big light in my mind, and I'm like, oh yes, yes, I live in truth. My mind is the truth. My heart is the truth. I cannot escape from that. I cannot, even if I want to, I cannot want to forget what God has integrated, which is the truth, which is the best feeling in the world. Just feeling that I'm eternal and I'm never ending and I'm ever expanding, and just living my life makes me cry. Like just thinking of myself not so long ago, 1 year and a half maybe, yeah, when I was in depression and stuff, shit like that, like being from there to here where I am, this is a massive boost. It's like I'm living the life of my dreams internally. And of course, like upsets will arise and like triggers will arise, and like I am starting like to give to God more and more, and like things are starting to shift in me externally too, and like everything is starting to change. I'm starting to partner with people. I'm starting to have deeper partnership with myself, my twin flame. I'm starting to express the love with just with living with my fellow brothers of heaven, and like I'm being compassionate for the world. I'm being compassionate for everyone, because I can see everyone in their most high divine self, and when I cannot see them like that, God is just reflecting back to me that I have some things to heal there within myself, because the truth is only divine, and when you don't see from the divine, your divine eye, you from your divine sight, you have to heal, and that's the only way to receive even more God. Healing is not like, oh, I'm sick, I have to heal. No, you are not sick. You are not enough. You are not in a bad condition. You are not struggling. You can always choose to struggle, of course, but that's your own choice, and that's just like illusion that you're living. But in truth, you are not struggling, because struggle doesn't exist, only love exists. But you are such a powerful child of God that your belief of poverty, ego, illusions, like everything that has relation with separation consciousness, is what keeps you away from God, and it keeps you away from God because you choose to resist God. And you are such a powerful human being, and you can, in the moment that you can choose to leave the illusion, like that, those kind of illusions, and like really believe that they are true. Imagine just like living in truth and seeing like your power feeding the truth, not the illusions. You just imagine your power feeding the truth and not the illusions. Just imagine what you can do. Just imagine. Your imagination, as I said before, is not surreal. Everything is real. Why I'm talking to you now, I'm real. And you're hearing me for a reason. Think about that reason. Just think about it. Don't control it. If you cannot think about it, don't think about it. Just surrender, just be. I am here and you're listening to me. That's what is happening now. We're partnering. And I love you. I wouldn't do this if I wouldn't. This is a big, massive partnership with me and you. It's a massive partnership with God here. Thanks for watching.